Hello everybody, my name is Congress and welcome back to another Pokemon Journeys anime review, episode 25, the Karina fight. Yeah. Um okay, before I get into the meat of why I feel like many people want to see, I am gonna give the brief synopsis of what went down in the episode. So long story short, I actually go to Carlos, which is good because in case you guys don't know, I am a hardcore XOY fanboy. Yeah. So coming back to Carlos was actually a pretty nice like nostalgic trip for me personally, only because that's why I began my channel. That's why I pretty much like found all the Poketubers that I'm describing to this day. That's how I met my pals. So this episode was like kind of like a nice like little nostalgic trip. Even though it wasn't that much nostalgic other than Karina and Lumio City, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the little moments we did have. I did like it. Like basically like the little details we got to see. So when they arrived at Carlos, Go is out catching a bunch of Pokemon. And one little detail, I like how Go says like he'll go and catch other Flabébés after he meets Gherkin, because he actually meets Gherkin. And one thing I do like is that they mention when Go mentions he's from Kanto, Gherkin mentions like, "Hi, I haven't heard Kanto in a while since Satoshi or Ash," and he mentions like, "Wait, Ash, my pally." So I like that. I like that, but it bugs me. The reason it bugs me is because they can do this easily with all the other companions that Ash has had who met each other before Ash or after Ash left that region or said goodbye. But they don't. This thing, I don't know. Anyways, we learned that Ash's rank up is heading higher and higher though, and when we find that out, we also learned that this tournament is like you get to choose how you compete. When Ash defeats this Clawitzer guy who has a grudge on him, alright, he finally reunites with Karina thanks to Riolu meeting up with Lucario. And I like this little moment where Ash is all like, oh yeah, we battled, but I won, and she gets all like mad because like I won twice. What are you talking about? It's like what matters is the last one. So they decide to fight in the tournament. When they decide to fight in the tournament, it's a 2v2 tournament, and we see that her Min Fu evolves to Min Shell since the last time we got a chance to see it. Like that little detail, by the way. Ash goes in this with Gengar and Dragonite, which is good because Pikachu has been taking up way too much spotlight and Riolu is still too young to even battle, so I'm okay with that thing. The battle starts out and Gengar gets dissed. That's all I'm gonna say. Gengar just gets the Gengar did good in the Biskies fight and gets literally 1 minute of screen time here. Alright, whatever. So Dragonite comes out. When Dragonite comes out, it fights against Min Shao. Min Shao gets some law pop shots in. And when it gets law pop shots in, Dragonite comes in and defeats it. When it defeats Min Shao, Lucario comes back out because Min Shao did U-turn, go for Lucario, and then return Lucario to fight for Min Shao to go fight Dragonite. So Lucario comes out and Mega Evolves. And literally the fight is alright. Like, it's not the best fight. It's animated well in some parts. But I will say this fight to me just feels like they were trying too hard, to be honest. Like I'll be damn honest. I feel like this battle was just they were trying too hard because I feel to me that they wanted to like overdo the gym battle itself, which I'm sorry, you cannot top a gym battle like that was built up from the beginning. So, not saying this battle was bad, it was just felt to me like they were trying too hard. So Dragonite gets beaten, severely beaten, and gets some Dragon in his hand and Dragon Claw, and Hyper Beam doesn't even hit because Lucario went for Aura Spear. And the two Pokemon go for the final move with Power Punch and Dragon Claw, and literally it's deja vu, not but the good. Well, depending depending on your opinion, it's the same scenario as when Ash and Alon fought in the finals of the Colors League, where both of those Pokemon went for one final ultimate move, and there was a standstill, and one Pokemon like falls down to the ground, falls down. This time around, Ash makes it. Here's the problem though. I don't like it. The reason I don't like it is because they ruined good story. They ruined a good story building structure for Ash to get knocked down a bit to remind him like, yo, there's gonna be stronger trainers, and also ruins the Riolu thing because now whenever Riolu's gonna, I'm sorry, whenever I'm gonna see Riolu and Lucario, I'm not gonna have the same impact as if Lucario beat Dragon. Like essentially, it'll be like a I look up to the strongest character type deal, but how strong is that character if it lost? Like, it would be like if Glaceon's Lycanroc lost to Blastoise back in Sun and Moon, and Lovecraft still, some odd reason, still looks up to it just because it's a Lycanroc. Like, that's not gonna work well with me. That's not gonna sit well. Anyways, Ash makes up to the super class, and when he makes it up to the super class, to the Great Ball tier, I like this little moment. I was actually hoping they would do this moment when he makes it to the new tier. He does a little like I made it to the little victory pose, which I was hoping he would do. I'm glad. Granted, I wish he kind of held his phone up high, but I'll take what I can take. So, Karina actually states that she is going to come back, and she also states that she also has the same goal as Ash, and Raihan, at least we don't know yet, but I'm assuming he does. They want to dethrone Leon for the World Championship title, which, alright. If you're coming back, fine, that's good. Like, I'll be honest, I wasn't really that hyped for Karina coming back. Not to say she was a bad character, I'm always cautious. I was cautious because Pokemon has this weird formula where, like, they bring back a character for, like, a few times, but don't go anywhere else with that character. But clearly, Pokemon is going on an interesting direction, so I am more interested to see Karina coming back more and more. So, the episode basically ends with Ash and Go heading back home. Like, not heading home, but, like, just, like, heading out. Which I find kind of odd, but to be fair, I was going to say it was kind of odd because I feel like they're still on a journey, but they're not, technically. But, whatever. So, this episode to me is just like... This episode is just wasted potential. Like, that's the best I can describe this episode. It was wasted potential. It was wasted potential for, like, Ash to get knocked down so he can learn that, like, there's going to be the trainers I fought early on, they're going to be stronger than me. And people's argument is all like, well, Ash is a champion. He should be strong enough to handle all these characters he fought before. Here's the difference. One, Ash is a newly champion. He's just became a champion. So he still has a lot of ropes to learn. Two, Pikachu won Ash the exhibition match between the Tapu Koko. If Pikachu lost, then yeah, I'll have an issue. But if it was Dragon or Gengar or Riolu, I would have been fine, only because those Pokemon Ash hasn't had for that long compared to a Pokemon that he had for day one of his journey. Three, you put the effort to bring back a character that was beloved by X and Y fans, and you treat her like this. Like, you treat her like, oh, she was just here just for Ash to get to the super class tier, which I don't mind if she's here for that reason, but I feel like you could have done that. I feel like if Karina defeated Ash, Karina could literally be like Ash's obstacle, and Ash has to like get back his ranks up, because like, say if Karina was high up there, she was literally like 1.1 to make it to the next tier, and Ash couldn't make it that tier because Karina, and his whole thing is like the motivation is like he wants to defeat Karina to get his tier Super Ball, Great Ball tier. Like, there's so many different options you could have done, but instead you make Ash make it a super class. It just doesn't sit well with me because you ruined good story for Ash, Karina, and Riolu. The fight's good. It's fine. I'm just upset with the results of it all. And yeah, people are gonna say we didn't get just to see Serena, no Bunny, no Clef. I wasn't expecting that to be. I was never expecting them to go hardcore flashbacks. I was just expecting them to mention the battle, and that was it. I'm happy for that. I'm honestly surprised they didn't show Ash in his X and Y outfit, which I'm fine. Like, I'm fine. I don't need to see X and Y Ash for real. Like, in the context. Like, you could have moments where, like, they can talk about, like, a moment and not even show off the moment. Which I'm fine with. Overall, though, this episode is just... This episode is just wonky. It's just wonky, and honestly, I'm not side that's upset with how the battle ended with the results of Ash winning, because he rightfully didn't deserve the win. He straight up didn't deserve the win. And the other argument is like, oh, but Dragon Knight got a bunch of dragon dances in. The thing is this, Lucario's part steel type, so dragon and flying type and normal type moves don't work well against a steel type. And the same for Lucario. And Lucario was getting a bunch of power punches, literally going up to the max power, max attack. You mean to tell me? You mean to tell me we had to do this just so Ash can make it to the Great Ball tier? Yeah, that doesn't sit well. Which, I'm sorry, it doesn't. But, I'm on a tangent now. The episode's fine. It's just the end results. Although the end result is the big one. So, it's an okay episode. With that said, though, I will see you guys next time. Take care, everybody.